All right, Randy, we're ready.
Welcome everybody to the Friday edition of Richardson Plano Networking, and today we have Steve Black here. His workshop today is titled Build Your Business During the Crisis and Exit Dominating the Competition. Steve's a nationally recognized motivational, sales, and keynote speaker for 25 years, providing professionals with information on how to effectively use social media. As a business marketing consultant, Steve has been in charge of strategic partnerships and marketing, both online and off, for a fast-growing company that empowers entrepreneurs and business owners to triple their bottom lines. Today, and I'm not going to read the whole list, but I picked out the ones that I think will be most interesting to us. You're going to learn how to come out of isolation and have a record 6 months. We're all looking for that. Simple video marketing and social media strategies to get some quick results, things to do to build your brand now, how to develop focus and achieve 90-day goals, and 59 minutes to terrific. Welcome, Steve Black.
Thank you, David. Just a quick check out there. Can everybody see my screen and hear me okay? All right. My name's Steve Black, and as David mentioned, I'm an internationally known author and speaker. I've been doing this since 1994. I work with two of the best people in personal development, Tom Hopkins and Brian Tracy, if those names mean anything to you. If they don't, just go to the library and get a book from Brian. You'll be glad you did. Today, we're going to talk about how to not only help your business survive during the crisis, but really thrive. I run a group coaching program, and a lot of my students in your industries, whether it's jewelry, insurance, financial services, real estate, they are having record months. And the reason is because they've adapted and they've changed their way of doing business. And today I'm going to talk about some of the things that you're going to want to do differently. And then we'll open up the mics kind of for questions. I specialize in helping anybody over 35 years of age understand how to market in 2020. I think most people online are over 20 or over 35 years of years, correct? All right. Steve, you look like you might be 18. I'm not sure. All right. All right. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go to the worksheet that we distributed. If you don't have this, grab 4 big pieces of paper. I talk fast. Most people go at 350 words a minute. I've been clocked at 600, gust of 7. Doesn't always work well in Texas. I was down in Houston doing a live seminar with about 1,000 people. And I remember this couple showed up and they sat in the second row, and about an hour into it, they raised their hand. They said, Steve, don't take this the wrong way. We're really enjoying your show. We drove 100 miles to be here, but you hear how slow we talk in Houston? I said, yeah. They said, that's how slow we listen. So if you have any questions, enter them in the chat box. First lesson of the day, do you have a good hashtag that's branded across all networks? Write mine down at the top of the page, Steve Black Speaker. Write that down. Hashtag my social media handle, Steve Black Speaker. If you want to find me on Facebook, you want to find me on Instagram, you want to find me on LinkedIn. If you met me at a face-to-face meeting, David, I would hand you my business card and I'd say, let's stay connected. He would say, how do I find you? I say, just follow me at Steve Black Speaker. If you're the person out there, Mark or Electric or Gene, and you've let Facebook or Instagram choose your handle, you know, it might be Texas Gal 72. We need to be more strategic than that. Wouldn't you agree? All right. So I'd like everybody to start by writing down a 12-month goal. How much money or revenue do you want to generate from August 21st of this year to August 21st of next year? Put down, what is your goal? Revenue, gross revenue. Put down a 5-year goal, and don't put retirement. I can show you in today's session how you could extend your business career by a decade. I mean, I live in Florida. I live in Tampa, Florida. I do business all over Florida. The average age of one of my students in Florida is 73 years old. I have so many people that are like, well, you know, I'm thinking about retiring. I'm like, don't retire. I go 73 is the new 43. You just got to learn to do things different, you know, then you can have a presence on social media, find clients, be a part of conversations, and it pays a lot better than Social Security. So put down a 12-month goal, put down a 5-year goal, cumulatively over the next 5 years. How much money are you going to make? $500,000, $1 million? And put down 2 90-day goals if you would. The first 90-day goal I would like is in the next 90 days, what are you going to achieve? Now this might be, you know, redesign my website. It might be that I'm going to, you know, have X amount of sales. If you're in real estate, I'm going to get so many listings. If you're in financial services, I'm going to bring so many millions of dollars under my control. David, you might have a goal to grow the group. You know, what is your goal for the next 90 days? Write down a couple of them. All right. Now we're forward thinking. We're not worried about the virus. We're focused on what can we do. I'm on vacation right now. I came in out of the hills of Montana to do this webinar. If you follow me on my Facebook page, you'd see some great photos. And I was playing golf the other day at a really tough course, the #1 course in Montana. It's up in Eureka, Montana, right next to the Canadian border. In fact, if you went on the lake, you could get up into Canada. I assume Border Patrol would stop you though. But anyways, I'm on this golf course and there's sand traps to the right, there's lakes to the left. And I looked at the pro I'm playing with and I'm like, I'm in over my head. And he said, Steve, don't focus on the obstacles. Here's the tiger line right here. Just write this down. How, with a question mark. Next to your goals. How are you going to achieve them? You know, pros don't look at the obstacles. They look at the solutions. When I worked with Brian Tracy, he told me the exact same thing. Unsuccessful people cry about this, cry about that. Successful people say, that's reality, but here's what I'm going to do to overcome. And that's the mindset we need in today's world. And I've been teaching this for 25 years. So I'm going to give you 5 things that if you got really good at them, your life would be easier, you'd make more money, and you'd have more success in your business. And I cannot overstate the importance of this. This stuff that I'm going to share with you, David, it was optional prior to March 15th. It's mandatory now. I mean, before March 15th, if you were the person that said, I don't like online stuff, I'm not tech oriented, I don't like social media, I would have said, I say, good, then, you know, show up at your local chamber conference or after hours or meet and drink. They ain't happening like they used to, if they are happening at all. So you've got to learn these skills. And if you invest 90 minutes a month with me, I have a little program I'll invite you to get involved with it, 90% off today. But if you invest 90 minutes a month with me for the next year, I promise you a year from now, you will be one of the best people in your industry at marketing. You'll never be as good as a 15-year-old at Instagram, but Gene, the 15-year-olds in your life will be impressed with Aunt Gene, okay? All right, so 5 things you gotta master. Write these down. Number 1, Facebook personal. Number 2, write down Facebook business page. And there is a distinction, and I'm going to draw a line in the sand and show you how to use both in your business. Number 3, write down video marketing. Vic, Irene, turn your cameras on. I'd love to see your face. I interact with people. When I talk video marketing, I always tell people, write down FEAR. You got to get past your fear and do it. David, when my coach got with me about 5 years ago and we were looking at a strategy, see, even the best coaches in the world like me, they have coaches, right? I have 3 coaches, you know, and they teach me how to be better. And he says to me, he goes, Steve, you know, you're not doing enough videos, especially live video. It's the way to go. I go, you mean where I have to go live and things could go wrong? I go, I'm not doing it. He goes, why? I go, I don't look good on those and I don't sound good. He goes, what do you mean? I go, my head's really big and I don't like my voice. And he looks at me right in the eye, David, and he says, Steve, I got news for you. You got a really big head and you have a nasally voice. With that being said, I go out there, David, and I'm transparent and my business goes up tenfold. When I was a kid, I used to watch hockey. Dick, you probably remember a name, Wayne Gretzky, right? The great Gretzky. And he used to score like a pinball machine. And I'm like 10 years old and I'm watching him get interviewed. And they said, how do you score so much? He goes, I go where the puck is going, not where it's been, right? So video, you know, 10 years ago, Irene, I know you're a social media expert, you know, and blogging is still important. But more important than blogging in 2020 is vlogging, you know, video blogging. You know, David, firing up an interview with one of your members where you can highlight the member and you at the center of it, you know, you create visibility for your business. You know, your daughter with her bar studio, you know, she goes out there and interviews nutritionists, right? She doesn't necessarily sell nutrition. She sells yoga and bari stretching to mostly to women, but because she's interviewing somebody on health and on diet, that gets shared with 100 neighborhood, and at the center of it is your daughter. So let's take that idea to her. All right, so number 4, put down number 4, Instagram. Patricia, here's how I got on Instagram. I thought I was good with Facebook, and you know, my nephew says to me, he goes, you know, Facebook's not cool, it's for old people. Who's heard that one? And I said, kid, I don't sell to 15-year-olds. I sell to 55-year-olds. I sell to 65-year-olds. I sell to 75-year-olds. I sell to 85-year-olds. They aren't on Snapchat. They're on Facebook. But why I got on Instagram was to communicate with him. I would call him. He wouldn't call me back. I get on Instagram, and now he responds to me in 2 minutes. And I found David there, and I found Gene there, and I found other people who have got dragged there, kicking and screaming by their relatives. You know, we're like, kid, can't you just talk on the phone? And number five, put down virtual selling skills. Like, I'm in my RV, but I want to make a good first impression. So I use the virtual background to make it look like I'm at my luxury office. You know, there's all these little hacks and tricks that, you know, I know, David knows, Mark probably knows. You know, things that you could do to be effective. Like my real estate, I coach a lot of real estate agents as well. And just because there's, 2.3 million of them in the world, in the US, and, you know, they were crying they couldn't do open houses. I'm like, do virtual open houses. David, the first time this gal goes and does a virtual open house 3 weeks ago, she messaged me. She goes, Steve, you're not going to believe it. I got 15 qualified leads off of that virtual open house. Thank you. She goes, I've been in real estate 30 years and I never got more than 5 leads in a face-to-face open house. Thank you. So what we thought is bad is good. You know, my business, I should be depressed and crying. It got shut down. I was one of the top 10 speakers in the world, and now I can't get audiences together, but I didn't cry about it. I adjusted, I shifted, I pivoted. And here I am virtually having, you know, record months with people and helping more people than I ever dreamed of. So I'm excited to be with you. But look at these 5 things and ask yourself, how are you doing at these? But don't grade yourself yet. I want to talk a little bit. So if we go to the second page on your worksheet, and if you don't have the worksheet, just draw a line in the middle. And I want to show you the line in the sand between your personal profile and your business page. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, yeah, I have a Facebook account. Well, what do you do with it? Well, you know, at the jewelry store, if I have a new product, I share it. Well, Patricia, here's the deal. The way the algorithm works, it doesn't, even if you had like 5,000 friends, which is the maximum, it's only going to show it to about 350 people, maximum. Now, if you only have 500 friends, it's going to show it to 35 people, about 7% of the people you're connected to. And here's who it shows it to. Your mom, your daughter, your sister, your best friend, not the bride to be, right? Not the person you're trying to reach. Does that make sense to you? For that, we need a business page, or we need to use some advanced techniques like I teach, like putting people in a friends list. Due to our limited time today, I don't have time to detail that, but I'm going to invite you to be a part of a webinar, a 90-minute webinar that I do on how to use your personal profile to build your business. I will give you a bonus tip here, though. Write this down next to personal profile. 80% personal, 20% business. That old Pareto principle, David. Here it is again. 80-20, right? On your personal profile, post in your morning, you know, post a picture of your coffee. And then ask a question. Say, I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, black. How do you like yours? And what happens, everybody out there, is 50 of your friends say, I drink it with cream. I drink it with coffee, you know, equal. I don't drink coffee. I prefer tea. What you're doing is you're creating engagement. So that 7% number expands. Who's ever heard of a thing called the algorithm? Can I see a raise of hands? The Facebook algorithm. All right. So here it is. If you connect with your clients and your prospects and people in your network, like the people on the call today, You like their post, you get 1 point. You love their post, you get 2 points. You wow their post, you get 3 points. Yes, there's a difference, okay? You comment, you get 5 points. You message them, you get 10 points. Now, I am making the scale up, but I'm not making the scale up. I'm trying to communicate to you how this works. So I connect up with all my clients, all my prospects, all the people in my sphere. I put them into lists, which I can show you how to do in that 90-minute webinar. And then in the morning, David, instead of looking at stupid cat videos from people I don't care about, I'm looking at stupid cat videos from my clients. Or I'm looking at pictures of them in Wyoming or in Aspen. Or I see them talking about, hey, we're expanding or we're shutting up shop. And those are opportunities for you to A, be a part of the conversation, and B, stay top of mind. Does that make sense to everybody? All right. I love talking on these groups. And when David invited me to talk on this group and my staff said, do you want to do it? I said, well, I'm not working that Friday, but I'd be happy to do it because I love networking people. But see, networking virtually or offline, you know, face to face, the fortune is in the follow-up. And what are most people not good at? Follow-up, right? Who has a pile of business cards over the years of people that they've gotten their cards from? Right? Steve, what's your system? You know, my system is I take them, I scan them in, I get them into my CRM. It automatically sends them a thank you note. Great to meet you. I connect with them if appropriate on Facebook. I connect with them on LinkedIn. And then they're going to know who I am. They're going to remember who I was. Hey, it was the tall guy I met at that event. Wow, he's in Wyoming. And I see them pop their head up, and then I send them a message, right? Here's most people's strategy, David, for networking. They get business cards, and they take them home, and they put them in a shoebox. or they're really organized, and they get the baggie or the rubber band. Who's a baggie person? Anybody? Who does the rubber band thing? All right, Gene, it's 2020. We got to go ahead and get those into electronic fashion because then you could text them, you could email them, and listen to this one. Write this under Facebook business page. You can upload those into Facebook's ad interface and run ads to people that you've met. Who out there has taken the time to upload their database into Facebook's ad interface so when you're using your business page, you stay top of mind? Patricia, they inquired about a ring 4 months ago. They didn't buy it. In fact, 25 people inquired. You got their email address. Upload it into Facebook, and as you get new inventory or styles, you run ads to them. Those people are interested in jewelry. They just weren't interested in that piece. And I heard you talking. Some jewelers are killing it. Some are struggling. I can help you kill it, each and every one of you, if you just do some simple things that you don't know. All right. Your business page. Who has a business page out there? Could I see a raise of hands? Awesome, awesome. Most of you need business pages. Some of you work for companies that have business pages. Business pages allow you to advertise to people. It's where you want to host most of your business content. Whether, you know, I had a gal that does reverse mortgages. She goes, what should I do? I go out there and do a Facebook Live answering the 10 questions you get asked most often about reverse mortgages. David, she does it. She goes, what do I do now? I go, well, only 5 people watched it live. We're going to go ahead. We're going to share that with groups of people that are seniors that might be interested in that have already been put together on LinkedIn and Facebook. She did that. Her numbers jumped to 2,000 people reached. I said, let's put $20 of advertisement on it. She goes, how many people will I get in front of? I go, about 1,400. She goes, who should I advertise to? I go, your list. And you know what the end result was? About $80,000 in business for this woman. One strategy done the right way. So I don't want to get too deep into this because I kind of got to talk in generalities with the short time we have, but I am going to invite you to spend more time with me. Your business page, write down 3 things. Write these 3 things down. Number 1, make it look great. Not good, but great. It is your new web page. Irene would testify to that. Irene, turn your camera on so I could see you. I'm giving you shout outs as a social media strategist. All right. Look great. Irene, wouldn't you agree their Facebook business page is their new web page? I mean,
I do agree. I have to clarify the reason why I'm not on video is my child's Zoom schools. My husband works through Zoom.
Oh, okay.
So, but
okay.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Awesome. Awesome. I appreciate the affirmation. Listen, web pages are great. And you should have a web page, don't get me wrong, but it's all about traffic, and it's hard to get traffic to a web page. It's easy to get people to your business page. I'm gonna show you a couple in a minute that look great. Number 2, put down, get people to like your page. If you're the person on the call that has less than 1,000 people liking your page, we need to have a conversation. We need to have it right away. Because you're taking time, Gene, I don't care whether it's, 10 minutes to make a post, you're checking back in 2 days and it says 19 people reached. You got to fix that. Part of it is getting people to like your page. Part of it is organic strategies like sharing to groups and running ads. And the third thing is reviews. Some of you have great reviews on Google. You have great reviews on Yelp. But the thing is, you also need to get them directly on Facebook. So I'm going to do my screen share here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a couple examples. Let's start with this gentleman. My marketing coach built this for him. What's the first thing you notice about the business page? Video. Write that down next to look great. On your business page, do a video. And if you join up with me, you'll be part of our Facebook group. And I have a little 4-minute video in there that shows you the sizes, the dimensions. You could do this on your own. You don't have to hire anybody. Now, she hired us to make this look really pretty like a commercial, and we can do that for you. We only do it for people that we're working with, though, because we don't want you to understand what to do with it afterwards. But, in his business, people say, I like the way you market yourself to him. David, you know what he says? If you like the way I market myself, imagine what I'm going to do to market your house for top dollar. At your daughter's studio, let's get a video up there of people doing the exercises, the classes, the excitement. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, a video's worth 1,000,000, right? All right, let's take a look at another gal. This gal's also a realtor. She's out of Orlando. Same strategy. Second thing, let's look at her community. If you look at her community, she has over 5,300 likes. Hold on, let that pull up. Over 5,300 likes on her business page. Does social proof matter? Patricia, if I go to your business page and you've got 142 likes, I'm like, is this person even in business? But if you got 5,000 and you got 5-star reviews, I'm like, how do I do business with you? Right? It matters. You guys don't go to restaurants that are 3.2, and you're not going to do business with somebody that has a low rating. So here's how you get reviews on your business page. Take notes on this. So if you go on your business page from your desktop and you click on reviews, you grab this little piece of code that's up at the top, okay? And you just save that to a notepad, right? And Steve, next time you help a client, they're like, what could I do? Well, hey, I'm actively looking for friends and family. If you have anybody, send them my way. I'll give you a $25 gift card. Let them know what your referral program is. And then B, it would really help me. I'm working with this guy, Steve Black. He challenged me to get a couple reviews. If you would go ahead and write a few positive words about me on my Facebook page, I'm going to send you the link. It'll take you 30 seconds, right? And if you do that, you're going to get reviews. Now, why do you want reviews early on? Because if you've only got 2 or 3 reviews and some nut job writes you a bad review, Patricia, like she didn't return my phone call, and you're like, I never even got a message from this guy. You just went from 5.0 to 3.2, and we need to be proactive about this. Is this good stuff? Give me a thumbs up. I'm trying to give you some really good ideas. All right.
How do you get the review again? The code?
So you go on your business page to where it says review, the review tab. If you look at the screen, I'm kind of clicking on it, and then you go up to the URL in the address bar, and you just grab that piece of code right here. Can you see the code that I'm highlighting at the top? And so whatever it'll be facebook.com/PG/ your page name is what it'll end up being. I'll put mine in the chat box. And if you guys enjoyed today's session, write me a review. Let me go ahead and show you how you do that. I'll just go over to Steve Black. I'll go to reviews, and then I'll grab this little piece of code at the top. All right, so let's talk about, go to the first page of your worksheet there, where we talked about video marketing. And I want you to write down next to video marketing, I want you to write down Facebook Live is your #1 strategy for 2020 and 2021, okay? It's the closest thing to free advertising that you can do. I want to give you some best practices real quick. Write down You want to go somewhere between 3 minutes and 30 minutes. Okay? A lot of people, David, they're like, no, I thought I should do like 30 seconds. I said, there's a place for short form video, but Facebook Live is not it, okay? If you went into Facebook's training, which is very difficult to find, which is why I have a job, right? How I have a business, they would tell you that you should go about 10 minutes. They're looking for quality content. And I'm going to show you an example of quality content. So if we went over to Lisa's page, she transformed her business. This gal's 60 years old. You know, she didn't grow up with you say she looks younger. All realtors use pictures that are 5 years old. Anyways, attractive gal, but no spring chicken, right? And she was really didn't know how to use social media when she met me 4 years ago. She is now the #1 agent at her office because of the strategies we do. And what she does is she does a lot of Facebook Lives. And all of you on the phone can use Facebook Live, whether it's you talking or you interviewing somebody. So if you went to her page, you would see that she's extremely active with Facebook Live. She loves going live and talking via her Facebook page. Write down you go live from your business page. And in my training on how to do that, I have 20 little videos. Because David, at one point, I didn't know how to do Facebook Live. Now I'm blessed financially, so I hired a tech coach. And I said, hey, make me some videos on how to use Facebook Live. And I said, you got to dummy them down. I go, I'm 53 years old. I don't know how to use this stuff. And I'm not tech savvy. He goes, I'll do it for you. So they work so well, David, that I offer those now to my clients. I give it to them to get them good at this stuff. But if you went to Lisa's page, what you would see is she does like interview show where she gets together with her title rep and they talk about things that homeowners care about. Like VRBO or Airbnb, you know, you have a second rental, watch this, or you may pay too much in tax, you know, that kind of stuff. But you create content that your audience is interested in instead of talking about your business. You know, Todd, in life insurance, you know, you got some compliance issues, you know, with social media, but you can still use it. Again, it's how do I use it? Like, how would I use social media, Todd, if I was in insurance? I would go ahead and create content about like general questions about the difference between term insurance or whole life. Or I would create, I would look people up before I have a conversation with them. Then you know that he went to UT instead of to TCU. You know that he is, you guys have 4 of the same friends and you have a better conversation. But let me show you one that made her a lot of money. And this is an example of an interview video. And so, Mark, if I was a tech guy, you know, I would get on there and I would talk, do a weekly show about tech issues, whether it was virus issues, Mac updates, little hacks you could do to be more productive. And you could build a huge following and then just, you know, and you're at the center of the action. But let me see if I can find this one here for you. This is a great one. Watch this.
Happy Monday, everybody. This is Lisa Hill, and today is Mortgage Mondays, and I'm here with Patrick Lewis. How are you today, Patrick?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about creative ways to finance jumbo properties. And by jumbo properties, I mean, you know, because the loan amounts and all that kind of stuff. So, you know what, Patrick, I'm going to turn it on over to you.
Sure. That's a quick intro. Thanks again for having me.
All right. So you got the gist of it. We went 14 minutes on this one because we did it more than 3 minutes, quality content. It went into the algorithm, Gene, and Facebook showed it to more people for free. In fact, we reached 2,144 people. Now, full disclosure, we did do some Facebook ads. Here was our total ad budget, everybody, $10. Why do a post and get 200 views when you could invest the same time and get 2,000 views? Who here would invest $10 to reach 2,000 potential clients and prospects? Could I see a raise of hands? 2,000 of the right people. And that's my whole philosophy. Because some people are going to tell you, you know, post 3 times a day. Well, if you're not doing the organic strategies or paid strategies, nobody's seeing it. I teach you to do less and get more. Work smarter rather than harder. She had 307 people engaged. Now, one of the people that engaged asked a question, David, and it was, hey, I have 800,000 in equity. I want to buy a place for $1.4 million. What are my options? It gave the loan officer an opportunity to answer the question. It gave the realtor an opportunity to get the listing and the sale. He made $5,000. She made, I don't know, 37 grand. Total investment, 13 minutes, and her tuition in my program. Because there's a lot of questions here. Well, what kind of software do you use? We didn't use Facebook. We use a special software, you know, that made it look like a TV broadcast, that increased viewership. And I teach you all that stuff. And the good news is the software is free. Anyways, let's keep this moving. I'd like you to go to, write this down. Write down another video next to video marketing. Write down testimonial videos. Who out there has a smartphone? Could I see a raise of hands? Whose smartphone is smarter than they are? Could I see a raise? I know, Patricia, I know mine's a better speller than I am. He tells me all the time, right? Anyways, use your smartphone. That's all you need here, and get testimonials. Now, in a virtual world, Gene, you know, if you onboarded a client, they're happy. They said, oh, you're just really awesome. The other person I was using wasn't nearly as good as you. You say, hey, could you make me a quick video? What do you want me to say? Just say what you said, you know, that I was with somebody else. I'm with you. There's a world of difference. Maybe even have her say, you weren't the lowest price, but I'm glad I went with you. You know, make a video. And she's like, I don't look good on video. You say, I'm not going to do anything with it unless you like it. But I'm working with this guy, Steve Black, and he challenged me. She'll say, okay, I'll shoot it right over. If you're face-to-face with them, he's even easier. But anyways, this gal here, I'll show you how easy this is and how powerful it is.
Hi, this is Lisa Hill, and I'm with Keller Williams Winter Park. This is my 4th Business Success Summit with Steve Black, and every time I come, I learn something new. And I have gone from 500 likes on my business page to 4,300. It's amazing. Everything that he has taught me has just increased my business. My production has tripled. I just can't thank him enough. It's a total awesome.
So anyways, that's just an example of it, how raw it is. And I'll tell you, that video there has made me over $500,000. Because when people are skeptical, I'm like, hey, I understand how you feel. A lot of other people were as well. Let me show you what they said. And if you went to my YouTube channel, I've got hundreds of these, you know, from, you know, NFL superstars that come to my seminar, Super Bowl champions, to, you know, everyday business people. But here's my challenge. Write it down next to video. Everybody, in the next 30 days, I want 2 of them, okay? And then when you have them, if you're part of my program, you'll find out where to put them. But you have them on your phone for face-to-face. You have them on your Facebook business page. And you put them on YouTube for SEO purposes. And, oh, and David, you'll love this. You know those interviews that she does? She turns them into podcasts. I know you're a podcaster. And hey, if you haven't thought about doing podcasting, talk to David. Podcasting, these things last for 2 or 3 years, right? My students are doing podcasts. They're like, yeah, I do evergreen content. Evergreen meaning that's applicable today and in, you know, 3 years from now. And I get calls from like 3 years ago asking about reverse mortgages. And it was a show I did as a guest interview. And David, make sure I get on your show as an interviewer. I've been waiting for that one, okay? All right. So give yourself a score at this point. And here's our scale, 2 to 9. David, the ones I can't help. They're the people that didn't show up. I can't help them. I can make a 2, somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, that's coachable, a 6 in less than a year, probably in 2 months. I can make somebody that's pretty good, like a 4 or 5. They could throw a word at me like algorithm. I like to say they know enough to be dangerous. I can make them a 9 in less than a couple months. But I can't help a 1, and nobody's a 10. So give yourself a score. How you doing at Facebook personal? Do you have enough contacts? Do you have them in lists? Have you moved them all over to your business page? I teach a little trick that turns your friends into likes on your business page. No more pressing that invite button. Happens automatically in 10 minutes for you. Teach you video marketing and Facebook. You know, how you doing in that? And number 4, put down Instagram. And if you're the person saying Insta what? You need my programs. So Instagram. And in our 90-minute webinar that I'll give you access to, we go over about 40 things. I'm going to talk about 3 right now. Number 1, look great. If somebody under 35, you're going to do business with somebody under 35 years of age and they look you up on Instagram and they can't find you, they just assume you are not a serious business person. True, David? You have young kids, right? All right. It's all, you got to have a presence at a minimum, okay? When you set your account up, jot down, set it up as a business account, okay? That's just switching from personal to business. All advantages, no disadvantages. That's like going to a casino and winning every time. You like it, okay? Number 2, think like a magazine editor. It's a very visual platform. So Gene, you subscribe to Cosmo to see beauty and fashion, not auto parts. So that picture of your nephew's Tonka toy from last Christmas, let's archive it. Let's get it off of there. That has nothing to do with your branding. And number 3, put down Instagram stories. Let me take in my Instagram. So when we talk about looking great, I know other people do it differently, but you guys are business people. You're networkers, you're referral guys and gals. I want a headshot there, okay? I don't want a picture of your car. I don't want a picture of your horse. I don't want a logo. I want your headshot in most situations. And the reason is, Steve, if you and I met at a diner, we had a conversation, we just chatted it up. You follow me, I recognize the beard, I follow you back. If it's a picture of your motorcycle, I'm like, I don't know who this dude is, right? The handle, you know, I don't want Harley Dude 72. I want something that's representative of what you do for a living, okay? And I want the same across all 3 networks. Your bio. Here's where you put down motorcycle lover, classic car enthusiast, rock and roll fan, right? I want it to be representative of what you're about. So when I look at you, I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. I think I'm going to follow him back. Remember I said set it up as a business account? Well, you get this little hyperlink here. Gene, that goes to that website you built. David, that goes to your podcast subscription, right? You take people that discover you here and you send them wherever you want. Now in my webinar, I show you how to turn that 1 link into 10 links. Very valuable real estate. You see this here? That's a clickable link. It's a hashtag. Hashtags are something we spend about 40 minutes of the 90 minutes on the webinar because you need to understand hashtags if you're going to use Instagram. They are not important on Facebook. They are everything on Instagram, all right? And if you want to reach people, more people, you've got to use hashtags. Now, one hashtag I will discuss today is your branded hashtag. Everybody enter in the chat box, what hashtag do you use all the time? What's your branded hashtag? Go ahead and enter it for me in the chat box. If you don't have one, say I don't have one. I don't see any hashtags. Can you guys hear me? Radical Gene. All right. Hashtag. So that would be hashtag # Radical Gene. Electric Lloyd. All right. Alan Diamond. Okay. Here, it's real simple. Alan, what do you do for a living? I'm going to unmute you here. Hold on. Let's unmute Alan if we could.
I'm in financial services with New York Life Insurance and Investments.
Awesome. So it could be something like Alan insures you and make the you a you. But that's going to be branded. It's going to be unique. And then when people click on that. Now, again, you're in one of those industries that have a lot of compliance, but you can definitely have a Facebook personal profile. You could definitely use my LinkedIn strategies, and you can use Instagram to build relationships. You know, Alan, you meet a guy on the golf course, you know, you might not, you know, women are so different than men. My gal, we go on the golf course, she talks to somebody, they know where they went to school, how many relationships they have, the kids. Ellen, you and I play golf for 4 hours and it's barely at the end. Nice to meet you. What I want you to do from now on, you say, hey, you're a great guy, let's stay connected. Is it okay to send you a Facebook friend request or connect with you on Instagram? He goes, absolutely. Now 2 years from now, when he has twins, he posted it on Facebook, you send him a private message, congratulations, and he sends you a message back that says, Alan, we need to talk. My family's needs have changed. And you created a lead and you created a sale. That's how you're going to use this. All right. So I hope you're getting something out of this. I know I'm kind of getting deep on this. One thing I wanted to show you with Instagram is a game changer, and that is Instagram stories. See, people that use Instagram, like David, the people that your daughters follow on Instagram, the stuff that they get is the people's daily stories, right? And so at your daughter's studio, she's posting the classes as stories. She's doing different things. And people that follow their Instagram see it. They have to swipe 2 or 3 times. She makes them fun. She does video. She does all sorts of stuff. This is what people consume. But it gets, so if you do a post on Instagram, you also share it to your story. And then what I like you to do, once in a while is surveys. This is a game changer here. People answer these questions, yes or no, right? You say, what's the big deal? Well, Alan, let's say, let me stop the share here. Alan, let's say that you did a story. Who would like to retire 10 years earlier than they're on track for? Yes or no? Or who would like to pay less taxes? Yes or no, right?
Yep.
People answer those questions. You've got 500 followers. You called me back 3 days later after watching the webinar and you're like, Steve, I did the survey thing. I asked people who wants to pay less taxes and it says 27 people said yes. What do I do now? And what I would tell you is I'd say, click the button. It's going to show you who they are. You never got that with direct mail, right? Now you know what the job is. Reach out to them, send them a direct message. If you've got their cell phone number, call them, set up a Zoom, but get with the people and then explain how life insurance is often misunderstood. You have a presentation that'll help them understand tax benefits. It takes you 20 minutes to explain it. They say, I'm busy. You say, I know you're busy. If I'm wrong, you lost 20 minutes. If I'm right, you might retire a millionaire. Why don't we fire up the Zoom? And now you see what I did there, Alan? I took the new way of doing business and combined it with our old Zig Ziglar and Tommy Hopkins stuff. And that's success with New York Life, okay? I have agents at your company I'm working with and they are killing it. All right, so let's wrap this up. Let's go back to our worksheet. And where it says number 5, go ahead and put virtual selling skills. Or you already put that. So I want to explain what that means. And the easiest way for me to do this is just take you to my, let me get over to my page here. And it is this one. All right. And I'll put this in the chat box. Oh, no, it's not. Hold on. Business. Write this down while I'm doing this. Write this down. You want to know how to do Facebook Live. You want to know how to use Zoom like a pro. Write down a program called Canva. Write down, don't you love when this happens? Okay, so write down LinkedIn. We didn't have time to talk about that. I would consider that a virtual selling skill. Write down Facebook ads. Okay, here it is. So we talked, I said, write down Facebook Live, Facebook ads, LinkedIn, write down Canva, write down host an interview, write down know how to use Google Apps. If you're still paying Microsoft money, you don't have to. David, I've been using Google to run my business, a 7-figure consulting firm for over 10 years. I must have saved $5,000 in software learning how to use Google Apps. And I show you how to use them to systemize your business. Anyways, what I'm showing you here is my training vault. All those great videos that my tech coach made for me, I now give you access to. And if you join up with me, you'll have access. And what you do, these are like 2 minutes each. There's 20 of them. So if you invested an hour to learn Canva, an hour later, you don't need a graphic artist. No offense to graphic artists that may be on the line. I still use a graphic artist, David, for my big projects, right? I understand time is money. Send it to somebody good instead of somebody bad, me. But what I do at Canva is I do the smaller jobs when I need a Facebook post. And I'm busy. I run a business. I like to hike. I like to golf. I like to go on the boat. So I have a virtual assistant that knows Canva. She has access to my account. I pay her $5 every time she does something. She loads it up, and then I could use it for eternity. That's running a business. Does that make sense to everybody? All right. So let me show you what I have here for you, and then I'm going to wrap up the webinar because we've got about 3 minutes left. What I have I'm only going to do 8 of these because I've onboarded. I limit the amount of people I onboard so I could give you really good service. This program is actually, I have 2 versions of it, $179 and then the $278 version. The $278 version is the one you want, okay? I'm going to show you the basic and I'll show you the differences. You get 5 recorded webinars. You sign up, I send you a password in the next 15 minutes, and then you go through the social media strategy webinar this week, go through the Facebook business page next week, do the Facebook business page management the next week. Within 3 weeks, you're gonna have a strategy call one-on-one with my best marketing consultant. Her name's Karen Albert. She's also the gal that can build stuff out. If you say, hey, I'm in over my head, she'll find out what you want and she'll help you build it, okay? That's an additional fee, but she can do that for you. But at a minimum, you're gonna get that coaching call. That's usually $200 on its own. You're also gonna have access to all the courses in the training vault. We're gonna put you into a private Facebook group where I do 3 lessons a week. You ask questions, you promote your business, and you generate leads for yourself. And then we have the social media success kit. Now, David, my staff, Kim and the rest of the people did not want me to include this one for you guys. She's like, you sell thousands of these without it. I said, I want to give it to David's folks because it's the crisis. They need as much help as they can get. You're going to get an uploadable social media calendar. So tomorrow it will ding you. Today's the day to do this. You're going to get an uploadable file with images, and you're going to get a spreadsheet of quotes. So all you do is you go to the link I'm going to put in the chat box right here. It's or if you want to write it down, write down businesssuccesstraining.com/webinar offer. Write that down, businesssuccesstraining.com/webinar offer. And when you come to the form, you'll fill it out. Now, there's a little yellow button here. That takes it from 279 to 179 to 278. But what you're getting is you're getting 10 recorded webinars, including the webinar on how to do interviews, the webinar on how to run your personal profile. And then you also get a live class with me every month. Write this down. It's the second Monday of the month. So the next one is September 14th at 3 p.m. If you ever miss it, it's recorded. But this is Ed, Randy. This is where people come in and they ask questions. I ran an ad, it got rejected. What do I do? And we discuss it as a group, okay? So I hope you join me. That's my sales pitch for it. I gave you a lot of content. I showed you what to do. There's a lot of hows. All we need is more time together. And with this, you're going to be with me for a year. And I promise you, you're going to pay for this many times over with your business. Before I sign off, anybody have any questions out there? David, if you want to unmute the mics, I could answer any questions about business, sales, or success.
Yeah, basically anybody that has a question, just go ahead and unmute yourself and ask the question. We've got about 5 minutes formally, and then I'll leave the webinar or the Zoom open as long as necessary. So any questions for Steve?
So the 278 is for 1 year only?
Yeah, and before the crisis, that program sold for $2,500. And I enrolled over 500 people in the last 2 years at $2,500. I'm offering it at 90% off. It's 12 months. What you start with is 10 recorded webinars. They're 90 minutes each. And then every month we do the live session. Like my session in October is going to be how to run Facebook ads. My session in November is going to be video marketing strategies that work. And the great thing about this, like when you run into questions, it's like you have an expert there 24/7 for you. You'll get my cell number. You ever have a question, you just text me. I'm extremely responsive.
Hey, Steve, one question, because just because of the mechanics of this, we actually save these to the channel, and so this offer is part of it. What do you want to do with those folks? Because I have basically a number of people that don't make it, and then because I've got 1,600 people in the group. So how do you want us to handle that?
Let me get, what I'll do is I'll have Kim send you a link. Actually, I have a better recording than the one we did today, where I actually have the full 51 minutes to do it. And I'd recommend sending that link out. And then that one will have a link for an offer. I don't know if it's as good as this offer, but for you guys that were here live today, I'm only going to do 8 of these. It's tax deductible. And the other thing I want to point out is it's fully guaranteed. Log in over the weekend, check it out. You have 72 hours to cancel. Download the workbooks if you want. And if you don't like it, message me on Monday. Say, Steve, it's not for me. I'll refund your money, okay? I've been doing this 24 years. I'm 5-star rated. And like I said, you know, to go to a one-day seminar where I could cover 5 modules, $700. I'm giving you 25 modules in the 278 program. for under 278. So I hope you do it. David, I was here to bring value. Does anybody have any questions about your business? I know I saw one in the chat box about Todd Life Insurance. Yeah, it could be hashtag Todd Life Insurance, life insurance by Todd. I like that one. No need to register it with GoDaddy. You're just going to start using it. Another thing you'll learn in the Instagram webinar, when you do your Instagram posts, post them separately to Instagram and Facebook because they're such different networks. David, have you ever seen a post come across Facebook? It has a bunch of hashtags. Looks spammy, right? Well, that person was lazy. They went to Instagram. They used the share button. I'd rather you upload it twice.
Great.
Question for those of us that already have business pages on Facebook. Do you folks do critiques of them? And
absolutely. So what happens, Alan, when you join up, I'm going to send you a password and you're going to go into the members area. Let me show you what that looks like. So you're going to log in and you're going to go to the members area. The first thing you do is you watch the welcome video. You join the private Facebook group. Then you go over here and you schedule your strategy call with Karen, okay? And that's going to take about 3 weeks to get on the calendar, which is why I say over the next 3 weeks, go through some of the webinars. That's when you're going to go ahead and have this woman look at your business page and say, Alan, this is good. This needs to change. She's going to look at your LinkedIn and say, hey, there's 3 things that you need to make adjustments on. She's going to say, okay, you've got some stuff set up. Now, if you want me to build it out, I could build it out. Otherwise, go back into the training and I want you to do this, this, and this. So that's that part of it. And then what I want you to, as long as I'm here, let me just quickly show you. So when you come into the members area, here's all those little courses that you can watch. And don't get overwhelmed. You know, maybe start with how to engage more with Facebook Live or do the Facebook ad course. But the exciting stuff is right here. Now, if you do the basic program, it'll say social media webinars. If you're doing the deluxe program, also, if anybody's, I know it's coronavirus time. If you need installments, write my cell number down, 407-790-1411, 407-790-1141. I can do 4 monthly installments on this for $69 each, okay? So if you need that, they don't offer it on the webpage, David, but they just text me. They say, I need the installments. I'll send them the info. And then you could have the deluxe program, the 12-month program with the live sessions. And instead of 5 webinars, get all 10 of these, including how to make your post go viral. That is the one, Alan, for Labor Day, right? Labor Day is coming up. You get a soldier in the cemetery. You put it on your business page. And then that shows you step by step how to take $50 and get in front of 42,000 people in the area. All right. Now we got New York Life, your name in front of these people, wishing them a Veterans Day. I had 1,600 people react to that. Then you have conversations with those people, send them a link to your blog article, your video on how to save money on taxes, whatever. And you'll probably generate 15, 20 leads for yourself.
Great. Thanks, Steve. It is 1 o'clock, so I'll release everybody as far as officially. We do have a training next Friday, and so go ahead and look at the calendar. I'm asking everybody to please RSVP. Thanks for the great offer, Steve. If you're interested in this, the information is in the chat. I encourage you to download the chat before you leave so you don't I don't get a bunch of calls. And Bob Grinchick's just joining us, so he's going to say, what the heck? Anyway. So anyway, but thanks again. Let's give Steve a hand. This was great. Thank you. Thanks, Steve. We really appreciate it. That was really, you definitely were on hyperdrive there. So we definitely got a lot of information in a short period of time. And thanks for the tool there to kind of assess our business. And for those that are interested, jump on that. I think he said there's limited to 8. So I will be posting the video probably this weekend. But once we've got 8, we're done, and I'll be sharing it to our private group, by the way. So,
David, can I close with a closing message? Just something
sure.
positive.
Yeah,
hey, guys and gals, we talked about money. We talked about success. Let's face it. I think everybody's had an epiphany. It's not about money. It's not about your awards.
Hey, hold on.
Hey, I just wanted to close with this. We talked about money. We talked about success. Life is about being happy. And, I really believe unless you're learning, you're not growing. Unless you're growing, you're not truly happy. And unless you're happy, what else is there? I had a guy, David, at my seminar in Sarasota last year, 97 years old. And he says and I said, why are you at a seminar learning social media at 97? He looks at me serious as can be and says, if I'm not learning, I'm not growing.
Right.
He kept standing up, David, at the seminar, and I go, sit down. He goes, kid, I'll sit down when I'm tired. We wrote 10-year goals down that day. And you know what his 10-year goal was, David? To die being chased by a jealous spouse, jumping out a window. Enjoyed being with y'all. See you inside.
All right, Steve. Thanks.
Sign up. I'm going to leave that open for about 3 more minutes, or text me 407-790-1141. Take care.
Thanks, Steve.
Bye-bye.
By the way, everybody that's still here is mic's open, so you can feel free to say goodbye or anything. And normal. A few of you are muted, I know. So
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Steve. That's great info.
yeah, it'll take. Yeah, I'm glad I'm recording it, so we'll go back through. I'll go back through when I actually move it to YouTube or to the get it off of Zoom. It's I get to watch it again. So.
And don't forget about Irene. You've also got a resource right in your group. So, if you join up with me, you do some of the lessons, then you have conversation with Irene about it. And, Irene is a trustworthy person that you can also refer to. So just want to give you a shout out.
Oh, well, thanks, Steve, for the shout out. I appreciate it. Great presentation. I wasn't able to hear most of it because of lunch duty. Plus, I also got a phone call. But hopefully I'll link up with you through social media, and it was great to see everybody, and I'll see you all at the next meeting.
Yeah, Irene, for dinner, I'll actually give you a copy of the video so you can see what you missed.
Oh, that would be awesome. And anyone, if you have,
kidding.
Really?
I said for dinner, but no, it'll be.
For dinner. Haha. Yeah, I'm in serious mode. But anyway, seriously, if anyone have any questions, just feel free to ask me, and join my Facebook group because I do share a lot of very helpful practical tips. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, you name it.
Thanks, Irene.
Thanks.
For those of you that registered, your password will be sent to you in the next few minutes. Thank you.
Now, on this, when we put down it's 179 plus the 99, is it what we do?
Yeah, that's the best way. You get 3 times as much stuff. You get the instead of 5 webinars, you get 10, and then you get a live one every month.
I just want to make sure I'm doing it correctly.
Awesome. What's your email?
Todd.brewster@wealthwave.com.
Yeah, it didn't come through yet.
Oh yeah, no, I've got to run downstairs and get my credit card.
Oh, gotcha.
I have one here, but I don't think it's. Well, let's see. Maybe it is. Not sure the CVC code. I think that's it. Let me see if it goes through.
Yeah. I'll tell you on my end. What do you do for a living?
Purchasing. Okay, I got to go down and get the CVC code.
Okay, take care.
It's in my garage. I'll just get my car. I put my wallet in my car.
All right,
now, the hashtags, when we go into Instagram, the hashtag automatically goes up, or where else do we use the hashtag?
You're going to have to watch the webinar for that one. But yeah, in the 90-minute webinar, we'll talk about that. But not to avoid the question, I don't have the screen share available, but what you do is you post to Instagram. Maybe you include maybe 2. Like yesterday, I put one up while I was in Grand Teton, or I was in Glacier National Park. And I said, having a great time at hashtag Glacier National Park, driving up, hashtag road to the sun, right? And then what I did is I put 28 other hashtags in the comment, and I teach you the tool to find the other 28 in the webinar.
Great.
Yeah. It's easier to show you than tell you. All right.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, it's a beautiful national park. I went there a couple of years ago.
Here, I might be able to show you. Here, look at the screen.
Okay. Let
me see. I'll show you what I did. Okay, so this one here, look.
Okay, got it.
So what I did, I wrote Glacier National Park has hashtag spectacular scenery on hashtag road to the sun. And then I went into the tool that I teach you, and it gave me 27 other hashtags that were related to it. By doing it this way, what happens is this makes it not look spammy, but I still get the benefit of all these hashtags. David, tell you one, I will save one for your daughter. I would love for your daughter to get in this program because I've worked with other studios and I could really blow up her business. I could really help her launch and dominate. All right, take care, guys.
Thanks, Steve.
Bye.